Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, thanks for clicking on the video. I've got a bunch of packages in the mail today for our next year homeschool, and I wanted to show you guys what we got. So first of all, I got these library books. Next year we're planning to study Russia and Ukraine, and so a couple of the books is Chekhov, who is a Russian playwright, and it's got 4 of his most famous plays in it. I'm going to look through that. And then the other one is Pushkin Selected Works, and this is volume 1. There's 2 volumes. This one is poetry. I think the other one is plays. And I'm going to have to open these because I haven't opened them yet, and I'll show you what I got. So the first thing that came is this kindergarten notebook, and I can't remember off the top of my head the name of the seller who makes these, but I will put a link in the description box. And this is for my 5-year-old, and coincidentally her favorite color is pink. Oh, Megan Van Sype, and so I thought that this was cool because it has the space for drawing, and then it has the wider lines. And so I don't have any specific plans for this yet, but that's what I got for my kindergartner. Next, we got this homeschool lesson planning notebook, which I'm really excited about. I wasn't sure if it was the right version, but it is the big fat version, so I think that's the one that I saw various people flipping through. And it's by School Nest, Megan Van Sype, and you could see the index of what everything's got in here. And what I was most excited about from this is there's a spot for attendance, a spot for curriculum overview, which is super helpful. I sometimes forget all of the plans that I have, and there's plenty of pages for that. Field trips, classes, book list. This is very exciting, especially I think for future planning purposes. And there's lots of pages for that. And then this is really, for me, what I was most excited about. The curriculum progress. You write the name of the curriculum here or on this little flag, and then you can either color in or check off the different lessons. And I've got 5 kids, a lot of different curriculum progress. So I think this will be really helpful, especially because we are going to be in a charter again this coming year, and all the tools I can get, the better. And then there's monthly overviews, and then there's a weekly plan, which I feel like could be great for block scheduling or different activities. Doesn't necessarily have to be curriculum. And then you have daily pages, which I'm kind of interested to see how I might use this. Like I might even use 1 column for each kid. Actually, never mind what I just said, because then I would run out of space and I could only fit 1 day. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And then this is at the beginning of each week. You have weekly goals and notes, schedule, not repeats. And so this is for 12 months. So that's why it's really thick. Weekly reflections. And then let's just see if there's anything different at the end. So that's it. I'm not going to go too much into this because I know there's lots of flip throughs and discussion about this planner, but this is my first time ordering this. I'm really excited to see what I can do with it. I feel like it's really flexible and you can really use it how you want to use it. And I also really like the color. I'm really into ochre yellow right now. This is a little bit browner, but I'm really excited to give that a try. So this is the other thing I got from that homeschool mom on Amazon. Okay, next we got the big box. All right, so this is a bunch of literature that I ordered for our Russian and Ukrainian studies next year. And I have fully blogged all the things that we're going to use, so I'll leave a link to that in the description box if you want to have a list of the titles. So this is one of the first ones, and it is about the author's childhood, and it's about life behind the Iron Curtain. And it says it's what does it say? Oh, it got an honor from the Association of Jewish Libraries. So The Genius Under the Table from Eugene Yelchin, and he wrote a lot of the books that we got that you'll see. Next is The Winter Horses by Philip Kerr. And this is about Ukraine during World War II. And that you'll see that's a common thread in a lot of these books. Next, The War Below by Marsha Forchuk-Skripuch. And again, it's about Ukraine and the Nazis. So I'm guessing that these are going to be for older kids. Next is Between Shades of Grey, and this is by Ruta Sapetis. And my friend told me she really liked this. And I got the novel version, but I'm pretty sure there's also a graphic novel version. And this one is about Soviet secret police, which is also a common thread in a lot of these books. Okay, next up we have The Night Journey, which is by Catherine Lasky, and this one's also a National Jewish Book Award winner by the Jewish Book Council. And so this one is about a 13-year-old has to spend time with her great-grandmother, and it talks about her grandma's childhood in Russia. It talks about history of the Jews in Russia, which, if you don't know, they faced a lot of anti-Semitism and may still do to this day. Probably do. I'm just talking about our family's past experiences. Okay, next, Spy Runner, also by Eugene Yelchin. And I was thinking my son might really like this. It's a novel. I believe there's also a, graphic novel. And so this is basically about, spies and things like that. So that's exciting. And it has to do also with American history, and I think it might also be set during the Cold War. So I thought my son would like that, although it's kind of thick for him. So we'll see how that goes. Next, The Wolf Wilder. I thought this one was really interesting. It's about this woman who sets wolves back into Russia, so like rewilds them. And, there's a lot of themes in Russian literature with wolves, and because there's a lot of snowy areas there. It's a huge, land area. So I thought that would be kind of interesting. Not sure, can't recall which age this is for, but I think any of my kids, 6th through 9th grade, would probably like that one. Next, this is the family Romanov, a very famous family that most Americans know of. And this book was listed, I think Rainbow Resource also sells it. So I'm not sure, this one seems like probably a high school age book, but we'll see. We'll look through it. It's nonfiction. I think it also has pictures in it. Let's see if I can quickly find one. There's one right there. So, that adds to the interest, I think, for the kids to see that these were real people in history. So that's the family Romanov, Murder, Rebellion, and the Fall of Imperial Russia. And next, this book I'm really excited about for my younger kids. It's Russian Tales. And so if you look at the description on Amazon, I think it tells you which of the tales are included, because there was a couple that I was going to buy separately, and then I saw that they were also in here. Let's see, here's the contents. So it has the Firebird, Sea Gray Wolf, like I mentioned. Baba Yaga is a very common Russian tale. And so it looked like this had really nice illustrations, and this is the folk style of Russian art, which we're also going to be covering Russian art in our year-long study. So I thought that this would integrate nicely with that. That's Russian Tales. And then this book I think my sons will be very excited about. It's Battles That Changed History. So this isn't solely limited, to our Russian studies, but I figured there's got to be a lot in here that is relevant. And if not, they can just learn some history of battles, which they seem to be interested in. So here you can see it's based on time in history. And here we have Stalingrad, which was during World War II. And Russo-Japanese War, Franco-Prussian War. So I think that'll be interesting. And this is a DK book, so it's got a lot of pictures and descriptions, if you're familiar with those books, that my kids really like, and really lends itself to engaging history. So that is what we got in our Amazon delivery today. We live pretty rural, so we don't have a lot of options for delivery, and I'm grateful that we were able to get these books for our studies for next year. I haven't decided if I'm going to let my kids read some of these over the summer. We have had some kids finish up their curriculum for this year, and now they're looking for different things to do. And I will have my kids doing their own subjects next year, so these won't probably fill a whole year because I've got a couple of very voracious readers. So I do have a couple of other books coming that are general history, Russian history books, and more reference books rather than historical fiction or living books. And I'm also going to be ordering some games, like the Trans-Siberian Railroad. I'm going to get a Scrabble and Russian game for them to do, and also some Russian language things, history of the Russian ballet. So I will go ahead and share those things with you guys as they come in. And I hope you enjoyed this video and learning about some of the things that we're going to use in our homeschool next year. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like. Have a great day.